Take great pleasure in introducing first the Honourable John Wilkinson, Minister of Research and Innovation here in Ontario. The Minister will provide insight to the initiatives the government is taking to foster growth in various industries to meet the challenges of the changing economic structure of the province. Please welcome the Honourable John Wilkinson.
Well, thank you, Stefan, and thank you for joining us, and to our friends on the web, thanks for tuning in. I am the second Minister of Research and Innovation for the province of Ontario. The first one was Premier McGuinty, who created the ministry, and he showed, I thought, an incredible amount of foresight, because what we were able to see as people in public life, in public policy, is the fact that our economy is transitioning. You know, just a few years ago, the price of oil was $30. And the dollar was 62 cents compared to the US dollar. And the American economy was firing on all 8 cylinders. Hey, the world is different. And so we have to understand that we are now in a global economy. And I've told people that the formula for success prior to this century was pretty simple from an economic point of view. And it worked. And it was just simply this, that if you could come up with a local solution to a local problem, you would gain a local market, and you could do quite well for yourself and your family, and you could find success. But in this globalized world that we live in, that formula doesn't hold true anymore. And so what we believe is that if we can find just the slice of a solution to a global problem, then the global market will beat a path to our door, and it will attract global research excellence and global capital. And so the Ontario Innovation Agenda, which we launched just last month, is about seizing global opportunities. That instead of having these forces of globalization wash over us and to diminish the potential future for our children and our grandchildren, that we can actually seize those opportunities. And jurisdictions that can do that will prosper in the 21st century. And as public policy people, that's what we owe our children and our grandchildren. We are enjoying the legacy of the investments made by our parents and our grandparents. And it is important for us to do that. And so we have learned many things. And we did extensive consultations prior to rolling out the agenda. And there's a couple of key points. The first one is that we believe that government can act as a catalyst. We say very clearly that we do not believe that government should interfere in the market. And we also say that we should not interfere in science, that the decisions made by the market are, in all cases, the right ones, as long as the market itself is regulated, which is our tradition in North America. But as well, when it comes to science, that it should never be determined by political science, but more and more, and there's great examples of this today, is how can we put in one place science and business so that they can interact. So we believe that government can actually be a catalyst, a vessel to which that reaction can happen. We don't interfere in the reaction, but we know if we put the two together, that good things can happen. And there are examples around the world, rare examples, but important examples of where that is happening and why we need to do that in our jurisdiction. We also believe that government needs to be fast and operate at the speed of business. We believe that we have to be focused, and there are 3 areas of focus that we believe are uniquely suited to Ontario. Our former Deputy Minister used to tell us that you make stew with the ingredients at hand. You don't complain about the ingredients, you figure out how to have a recipe to make a great stew. And so we've looked at Ontario and our advantages. And what we've done is we believe that we can lead the world in conquering disease. Not every disease, but some diseases. There is tremendous global opportunity if we can conquer disease, the diseases that plague mankind. And that we can expand the digital universe, which Canada has a proud legacy and has played a tremendous role. And that we can also help our planet and humanity learn how to live sustainably through clean technology, sustainably with the environment, and to prosper economically. So we have these areas of focus. We believe that it's appropriate for us to extract greater value from our research, that it's appropriate for public policy people to ask the questions that society needs to have answered, though always leaving it up to our scientists to decide what is the question that they will devote their lives to in their quest to answer those questions. And so we believe that our agenda is required, that the status quo, if we stay on that path, will not be good for our children and our grandchildren. And that's why we're being active in this area. And we have created a wonderful culture in this province of collaboration. It's known around the world that what we do here in Canada, and particularly in Ontario, is we collaborate better than most places. Ontario is the greatest example of the most diverse collection of humanity living in social cohesion. That's unique to us in the world on the global stage. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Minister.